Hey, how you doing? My name is Kai Blake,
And I'm Tom Larson
and we are the boys.
of
Bass coming
Bass.
at you like Kamikaze, fixing backs and dropping facts.
That's right, son.
That's it.
It's
What episode is this, Tommy?
probably like number 12 or 13.
30. We man.
A special episode, bro.
Oh man, this is just for viewers only. Viewers like you. What are we talking about today, Tommy?
So we've been going through this rehab process, talking
Mm-hmm.
about body parts head to toe.
Right.
And last week we did back.
Yep.
I think we had 2 episodes on back. Now we're going to anterior hip pain. People complain of pain in their hip in 3 different areas.
Oh, yeah.
Typically in the front,
Yep.
on the outside, or on the back side.
For sure.
So today we're going to focus specifically on the anterior hip pain.
Anterior. Okay. Front of the hip. Yeah.
So a lot of times these people will feel they're tight in the front, right? And they'll want to stretch them.
Yeah. All the time.
The problem is it's usually a weak and tight psoas causing impingement. It'll be a very pinchy feeling hurt in the front.
Yeah.
And so we'll want to try to stretch the psoas out, but it's usually a hypertonic, weak psoas. So when you stretch it, it creates that stretch reflex and tightens back up again.
Yeah, and a lot of like one of the characteristics will be like if you're coming in, we'll see patients who are like, all right, hold your leg up and don't even press it. Oh, that hurts. That is a lot of pain with that. It just pinches right there in the front, or it hurts the palpation deep in there. It's real tender and not very mobile or adaptive to that pressure. So.
There can be other things that cause an impingement too.
For sure.
You can get like a bone spur or cam impingement.
Ones you don't want. That's the ones
those aren't the ones we
can't do anything.
fix,
can't
right?
fix structure. Fix your structure.
Exactly. But that psoas getting tight like that, man, can definitely cause some impingement in there. So you feel like this is tight and you want to stretch it, but it's just going to create some more issues potentially. We know it's weak, but if you strengthen it, it's going to create more tone, which can create more issue.
Right.
So what do?
Deep tissue mobilization, man. A lot of us, that's one thing we deep tissue mobilization. It's not just, like I said, digging in that psoas. The psoas, it goes into the inside of that hip. It goes all up in here, but also those hip flexors, man. There's those 2 joint muscles. So that quad muscle goes below the knee and above the hip. And the same thing, if those are tight, they all just get all nasty. It's usually we work around that entire area and see if we can kind of loosen it up. I like specifically going into, especially with manual therapy, even self-mobilization, because when you're stretching, if your quad's too tight or your back, you're going to switch. Like you're leaving it up to chance of what you're trying to stretch when you're trying to stretch something. So
yeah, that's a good point in that, physics of it.
Yeah.
Right. So I stretch the path of least resistance. So the things that are the most tight might get stretched last, if at all, and the things that are more flexible, those are going to stretch first. They're going
to take up the slack
versus
first.
Versus the things that are actually tight on you. So are you potentially overstretching things that don't need to be stretched? Yes. Understretching? Yes.
Yeah.
So we do mobilize. Get in there and soften up those tissues.
Directly tissue, you're creating a mechanical change to tissue directly to that tissue, as opposed to some arbitrary random thing that you might feel like you're stretching. Like, like when we try to stretch people's calves, sometimes like I don't feel it or whatever. We're trying to get in there, but because maybe their hands, other muscles that might have not great joint mobility in their ankles. So if you can't get your ankle in the right position, you're not going to get to the calf. So just different ways of kind of going at it and mobilizing the area.
And the psoas release, man, when we do it on manually, people, man, this can be brutal.
Man. I'm the worst. I introduce people. I'm the worst. Everybody else is a lot more soft, nice, sweet. If you pass me, you pass everything.
But even with back pain, when you back pain, we talked about that. Getting into that psoas, man, it's such an important muscle for these areas, right?
But always overlooked.
And very helpful every time we do it.
Every single time.
So our first step, we got to massage our psoas, right? Down regulate the psoas, right?
Calm it down.
Then we got to activate our stabilizers. Now, stabilizers in the hip too, your deep six rotators, right?
Yeah.
And then even the psoas. I mean, if you ask a person, "Hey, flex your psoas," they're like, "Wait, what?
Where? How? Where?"
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So we down regulate that muscle, and then we say, "Okay, muscle, your job is to do this, okay? Not like this, right? But your job is to do this."
Right.
So we'll re-educate the psoas, get the stabilizers going in the hip.
Yeah, those deep six stabilizers. Single leg RDLs are great, just things that kind of create that creation of stability. A lot of times we find when people go, they lack, and we get so much, because we think about when you're walking, there's not a lot of stuff we need strength of doing with external rotation, those external rotators. A lot of stuff is just forward and back. That's all you do. You don't do a lot of lateral movement. So we got to create it to where your body has that stabilizer. So when you're walking, you have a little bit more stability as you're walking for gait pattern.
Absolutely, because the psoas might be tight because the stabilizers are weak.
Gotta make up
so it's
for
trying to take over and do some work there. It's that joint. So you got to activate the stabilizers. Final step, Most important one, update the computer.
Update that computer.
Brain, you've been, finding stability, creating some issues, or doing some things, be able to get around some things by tightening things up. We went in there, we massaged it out. We said, hey, your job's not do this, your job's do this. I'll do that when I'm squatting, when I'm lifting, pushing, pressing, carrying, pulling, doing things I want to do in life.
Yeah, a lot of times it's like you said, update that computer so your body, and it's so crazy because we could say that and we say become more aware, but I guess the best term of translation is like I'm more aware. I realize when I'm engaging, when I'm not engaging, when I should be engaging. So like updating, it's like it's not necessarily we're going in there and we're putting a plug in and we're doing something, but like your body is now feeling when it is off, more like where you're not moving correctly. So.
Man, and on a personal note, I am a victim of a tight psoas.
Oh man!
And listen, I had some incredible anterior hip pain.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing was, I was being able to deadlift 500 plus pounds, squat 500 pounds. Strong. Yeah. But if you asked me to do a straight leg raise, bro, I would die.
Yeah.
I could barely lift my leg up.
Standing on one leg.
I'm like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah.
So, you're just such an amazing pencil machine. Your body will figure out ways around things. So we have to address these issues that you might not even realize at the time, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard to self-diagnose myself.
Oh yeah, right? Yeah. It's where say practitioners are always the worst patients. So it's always the worst patients. But hey, we live and we learn.
Yep. So until next time, go out, live, work, and play better inside your body. Peace out.
Peace.
That was good. That's really like 5-7 minutes.
That's perfect.
Yeah. I was watching that clock up there.
Yeah. See, I'm glad you do, because every time I get into it, I always think like, dang, I should be looking at the clock, but I don't.
But I